Rupert Everett has been labeled a number of things over his extensive career. He was called a star at 22, then a has-been at 30, and then a Hollywood ingenue at 40. He was also one of the first openly gay actors to be cast in leading roles. He also has a couple of best-selling memoirs to his name. Today, he's in his 50s, enjoying success on stage in the Judas Kiss, playing the incomparable Oscar Wilde. Last week, Todd Vander Hayden spoke with the actor about his career and this role.
Thanks so much for being here on Canada AM today.
Thank you for having me.
The show was first put on in London in 2012. Now you're in Canada. You're going to be going on to New York. This is a 5-week run in Toronto. What's it like playing Oscar Wilde?
It's one of the best written roles I've ever come across. So the thing is, for an actor, I think you can be a bad actor, and if you've got a good role, you're going to do very well. And if you're a reasonable actor in a good role, you'll do very, very well. It's like a good role is like a Rolls Royce almost. It drives you along. And the writing of this part for me has been just, it's amazing.
Are there any challenging parts of playing Oscar Wilde?
Yes, I mean it's a challenging role because he's, you know, a very iconic figure, and he's a historical figure. So you have to come up with a kind of angle on him. The play takes place in 2 scenes really. One in a hotel in London, the afternoon after his case has collapsed against this nasty old marquis. He can't decide whether to run away from England and avoid prison, or whether to stay there and face the music.
If you stay in this room, I do have to warn you, at any moment, the police may appear.
That will give my lunch an added spice of excitement.
And he decides to do it in the end because he realizes that if he runs, his story's over. And then the second act takes place in Naples in a tumble-down palazzo that he's run away to with his lethal boyfriend.
And what is the purpose of a love which gives you nothing in return?
You know nothing of what passes between us!
I'm curious how you think that Oscar Wilde, his story, this play, The Judas Kiss, how it resonates in 2016.
Well, for me, it resonates because I think one of the things that is not so good about our life now, because it moves so fast, we have lost track slightly, I think, of where we stand in history. In the gay world, for example, you know, even the birth of HIV, which was only, you know, in the early 80s really, it's become a mist. And similarly, I feel with Oscar Wilde, which is only a second ago in actually in world history, how a gay person was treated just 100 years ago was so different to how we're living now.
I've been tolerated for too long a time. No one has rights in this country. One is granted only a temporary license, and here comes the moment where mine is withdrawn.
The appalling tragedy, for example, of AIDS in the 80s, and how fantastic it is now, for example, with that disease, that you can be medicated quite easily in our countries. Seeing a play like this about Oscar Wilde, it just makes one feel fantastic about where we are now.
Save yourself, Oscar! Make for the continent!
You've done so much in 35 years, all these other roles, stage, movies. Is it still fun for you? Is it still what's it like?
I think in show business, you are like a shark. If you stop moving, you drown. So I think it's important to keep moving. The world is changing so much, so you get older and it doesn't make so much sense to you, probably. I do feel out of kilter in many respects with the world in general, but I think that's just my age, probably.
Thank you for coming on Canada AM today with us.
Thank you.
The fascinating Rupert Everett. The Judas Kiss opens tonight in Toronto at the Ed Mirvish Theatre and runs until May 1st.